It is the most populous country in Africa with more than 200 million inhabitants, an African economic power and one of the world powers of cinema. This country is called the Giant of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nigeria. In this video, you're about to go on a journey to discover this amazing country through 10 interesting facts that you may not know about Nigeria. So sit back and relax as I take you to West Africa. Now, before we start, if you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. Let's go. It is the most populous country in Africa. Nigeria, Africa's leading economic power and oil producer, is also the most populous country on the continent. Undermined by a rise in Islamic violence in the north, it is also regularly shaken by political and community tensions. Nigeria is the only African country to appear in most rankings of the most populous countries in the world, and for good reason, since it is the most populous country in Africa. This West African country is the 7th most populous in the world, with a population of around 200 million. It has grown exponentially in almost 20 years, from 123 to 200 million inhabitants. By 2050, Nigeria is expected to have some 391 million inhabitants. With these numbers, Nigeria will become the third most populous country in the world. Some of the contributors to Nigeria's population growth are early marriages and high birth rates. Nigeria's birth rate is around 37 births per 1,000 people. More than 500 indigenous languages are spoken across the country. Nigeria has over 500 languages spoken across the country. These languages can be classified into two major language families, the Afro-Asian language family and the Niger and Congo language family. English is the official language. Among the regional languages, there's Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo. Among the indigenous languages spoken in Nigeria are Tiv, Kanuri, and Fulfulde. There's also Sign Language, which is an official language used by deaf residents of Nigeria. English is used for all official communications in the government and is also used in drafting legislation as well as in the Nigerian justice system. It is also incorporated into Nigeria's education system as a medium of instruction. The English language was introduced to Nigeria by the British when the country was under British colonial rule. However, the language is mainly used by residents of urban areas of the country. About 79 million Nigerians speak English, making Nigeria one of the most populous English-speaking countries in the world. The English spoken in Nigeria is very unique, known as Nigerian English. It draws heavily on British English and, to a lesser extent, American English. There are a number of phrases and words that are exclusive to Nigerian English. Social media is very popular there. As of January 2021, Nigeria had around 33 million active social media users. WhatsApp is the most popular platform used in the country, with over 90 million users. Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram are the most used social media platforms. Nigerians are rapidly adopting new technologies as internet usage in Nigeria reaches an all-time high. Social networks play a vital role in the lives of Nigerians. In recent years, a large number of Nigerians have adopted various social media platforms to express themselves. WhatsApp has been revealed to be the most active social media platform in the country with over 93% of users. Second is Facebook at 86.2%. YouTube is third at 81.6%, followed by Instagram at 73.1% and Facebook Messenger at 67.2%. Nigerians spend a lot of time online through phones or laptops. While most users spend time on different apps, others are busy on the web. The most visited site in Nigeria is Google, with a total visit of 220 million. Users spend an average of 18 minutes and 14 seconds on Google. Home of the richest man in Africa. It is none other than Aliko Dangote, who for the 10th consecutive time was named Africa's richest man in 2021, with an estimated net worth of $12.1 billion. The business empire he began to build over 3 decades ago, the Dangote Group, is one of Nigeria's largest private sector's employers, as well as West Africa's most valuable conglomerate. Shortly after graduating from college at age 21, Dangote borrowed $3,000 from his uncle to import and sell agricultural products in his native Nigeria. His business venture quickly became a success, and as a result, he was able to repay the entire loan within 3 months of the start of operations. In the end, Dangote succeeded in turning a local commodities trading company into a multi-billion-dollar corporation. Dangote's business interests span many industries, including oil and gas. However, Dangote Cement accounts for the majority of the revenues of the conglomerate, of which Dangote owns 85%. Dangote also owns the third largest sugar refinery in the world. On March 31, 2021, Dangote Cement Group reported quarterly revenue of 332.7 billion naira, or approximately $808.5 million. Oil is one of the country's biggest exports. Nigeria is the largest exporter of oil, with the largest reserves of natural gas. The country's economic growth is mainly driven by strong performance in agriculture, business, telecommunications, manufacturing, and film industries. Although agriculture continues to employ nearly 70% of the workforce, petroleum remains the key economic sector. Nigeria's main trading partners are Brazil, China, India, Japan, the USA, and the European Union. Nigeria is heavily dependent on petroleum products for its export earnings. In 2018, petroleum products accounted for around 92% of the country's exports. The main exports are crude oil, petroleum gas, and refined petroleum. Nigeria exports crude oil and imports refined oil due to a lack of refineries and limited technology. Excessive dependence on petroleum products exposes the country to inflation and unstable incomes due to fluctuating oil prices. The West African state is one of the countries with vast deposits of natural gas, but it is unable to mobilize them for domestic consumption and export due to political instability, lack of technology, legislative loopholes, inconsistent growth, insurgency, and corruption. Lagos is the biggest city, but it is not the capital. As of 2021, Nigeria's largest city is still Lagos, which is also the largest city in all sub-Saharan Africa. This city has 14 million inhabitants, while the second most populous Nigerian city is Kano in the northwest with 4 million inhabitants. Lagos is the country's main financial, cultural, and educational center. Located in the western part of the country, on the edge of the Atlantic Ocean, Lagos is arguably Nigeria's most populous state. This city attracts domestic and foreign investors due to the many opportunities. With its very large population, the staggering statistics are not surprising because the state offers significant market growth from entertainment and lifestyle to technology, and its headquarters to many large companies. Lagos is ethnically diverse due to local and global migration, although the dominant ethnic group is the Yorubas. The state, like all other urban cities, is plagued by traffic jams and pollution. Despite the economic growth, economic disparities among the population have become a phenomenon in Lagos. It is estimated that 66% of the inhabitants of Lagos are slum dwellers. The film industry is known as Nollywood. Nollywood is a popular epithet for the Nigerian film industry, the second largest film industry after Bollywood in India. Nollywood is a derivation of both Bollywood, a nickname in the Indian film industry, and Hollywood, the former center of film production in the USA. Nollywood encompasses Nigerian films made on the African continent and the film sub-industries of the African diaspora. These smaller sectors include industries that focus on films in Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa languages. English language films made in neighboring West Africa, Ghana, and Nigerian films made in the United States and other countries also fall under the umbrella of Nollywood. The success of video films has transformed the Nigerian film industry into Nollywood, a global film powerhouse and one of the country's largest employers. Nigerian film companies shot 4 to 5 films a day for an estimated audience of 15 million in Nigeria and 5 million in other African countries. Recent Nigerian Nollywood movies and TV shows have gained global viewers through distribution deals with Western streaming services like Netflix. Nigeria is a member of the British Commonwealth. Nigeria is one of the first countries to gain independence from British rule on October 1, 1960, under the leadership of Azikiwe. Having been a former British colony, it felt comfortable joining the British Commonwealth, an association which mainly includes colonies of the former British Empire. At the end of a complex colonial and cultural history, the former British territories federated in the form of a union of free and equal countries in the 20th century, the Commonwealth. The 54 member countries of this intergovernmental organization, formally united in 1949, have no obligations to each other, but they all adhere to the Commonwealth Charter, which sets out a series of founding values such as democracy, human rights, non-discrimination, freedom of expression, separation of powers, etc. The Charter recognizes in black and white the specificities of small states and vulnerable states, which should be helped, assisted in their development, and supported in the event of danger. There are many benefits to having a Commonwealth passport, including visa-free travel, education and business opportunities, and Plan B security. Due to the connection with the UK, Commonwealth citizens do not need a visa to enter the UK and can spend up to 6 months per year. Life expectancy is only 55.2 years. According to the latest WHO data released in 2018, the life expectancy in Nigeria is 54.7 years for males and 55.7 years for females, and the total life expectancy is 55.2 years, which gives Nigeria a world ranking of life expectancy of 178. Life expectancy is a statistical measure of the average lifespan of an organism based on the year it was born, its current age, and other demographic factors including gender. The most commonly used measure is life expectancy at birth. The causes of death listed in the report are influenza, pneumonia, tuberculosis, stroke, HIV/AIDS, heart disease, liver disease, prostate cancer, and others. Other causes include accidents, road traffic, and birth injuries, among many others. According to a study published in 2018, life expectancy in Nigeria could reach 74.8 years by 2040. There are more than 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria. Although there are more than 250 Nigerian ethnic groups, it should be remembered that there are 4 dominant ethnic groups in the country: the Yoruba with 20.6% of the population, the Hausa with 18.3% of the population, the Igbo with 14.8% of the population, and finally the Fulani with 7.9% of the population. Yoruba is the native language of the Yoruba, who live in several southern states. Hausa is the language of the Hausa, who reside mainly in the north. In the northern states, they are generally Muslims. The Igbo speak Igbo in the southeast of the country. The Fulani speak Fulani, and they live in the same territories as the Hausa. Please note that the Fulani can be designated with various names depending on the region or country of residence. For example, they are referred to Pular in Senegal and Mali, Pular in Guinea as well, Fulfude in Cameroon, Niger, Chad, and Sudan. Traditionally, the French have always referred to the Pular and the language as Pearl, but the British have generally used the terms Fulani or the people and Fulfude for the language. These 4 ethnic groups, Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, and Pular or Pearls, make up almost 2/3 of the population, which is 61.6%. Here we are at the end of our video. I hope you liked it and learned something new today. And if you did, please give us a like and leave us a comment in the comment section below. Bless.